Good afternoon, Pokesports, with another VGC Battle Stadium Series 13 video, bringing you a Marshadow team today. If you guys aren't aware what Marshadow does in the current meta, I think personally that it's one of the better restricteds, I guess mythics, sorry, that were added on in this series. I think that there is a use case for it, and it can be a very good ghost type to add to your team. The one thing that it has going for it is fighting stab, right? It's a ghost type that can actually deal with a Porygon too, which is a really big deal, right? On top of that, it also does have very high speed, base 125-ish, along with very high attack, also base 125. So if you stick a Sash on it, you pretty much can guarantee something's taking a hit, right? And another cool thing that it does is that it has a move called, what's it called? Spectral Thief. What it does is essentially you steal your opponent's stats. For example, say there's a Zacian on the other side of the field. You would take the Zacian stat boosts, and then with those stat boosts that you now obtained, you attack with it that same turn. So that can definitely cheese some opponents out, which is very exciting. It definitely does scare a lot of Dynamax spawns that do sit there and set their stats up, even set their defenses up. There's also things with Swords Dance, for example, like a Groudon. Groudon is pretty popular with Swords Dance. You just take that Swords Dance and smack him in the face with it. So I find that really interesting. I'm running an Endeavor set, so if I ever get broken down to Sash, I can Endeavor the following Pokemon and then like Sucker Punch it with the Eviltal or like do something else. I have a very fast team. As you can tell, this team goes very fast all the time. The only thing I really have to stop Trick Room here is spread moves, and I have Taunt on Tornadus. So I do have ways of stopping Trick Room, but of course, if they have like a Rage Powder user or a Follow Me user plus a Mental Herb on their Mon, we're just gonna have to play in it. The other thing that I do have that is kind of good into Trick Room is that I have a sub on Zacian. I am sub Zacian all the way. I just think sub Zacian is so good in so many different scenarios. And if you know how to play it well, you can make some good matchups happen with the sub Zacian. I'm running Scarfed Ogre on this team, just because I think the goal here has to be go fast, hit hard, let Marshadow do the cleanup, right? With the Technician and the Shadow Sneak on top of it. And then the rest of the team's kind of straightforward. We have the Lucky here just for further speed control. It's also a very good way to one-shot a Zacian in the early game because it is Life Orbed. And the Eviltal here is kind of a supportive option. Pretty much there to have priority, sit there, click Snarl, etc., etc. So if you guys are excited to see Marshadow here on the channel, go ahead, hit the like button down below, and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. With that said, let's get on to today's video. Okay, going up against an Ogre, Eternatus, Zacian, and Rayquaza. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now we're going against Brady. I don't know if this is Brady Smith. I guess we'll find out with how much we either get wrecked or don't get wrecked. Looking at their team immediately, I'm not entirely too concerned about like the Landorus or the Grim. I know I probably should be, but I think I'm going to lead with the Zacian as my potential lead here. And I think for speed control, maybe an Alecki is in order. But I also do think getting Tailwind up is going to be really nice for us. Do we need to, though? Because they have like no real form of speed control on their side of the field. Like, if we just went Zacian Ogre, brought the Marshadow in the back, is there actually an issue here? I don't really think so. Maybe in the far back, we bring something like a Eviltal with the AV and the Snarls and stuff. I like this. Bringing very aggressive team here. It's what we need, though, right? This could be Brady Smith. Kind of looks like him. And if it is, then we got to try our hardest, right? Now, I know a lot of other VGC players or content creators are also looking for some casual battles on the ladder as well. All right, Grimmy and Ogre as the lead. And we just go Ogre with our Zacian here. I think this is fine. We could lock in a Thunder and then just B-Blade the Grim. I think that's kind of okay. We might lose our Zacian in the process, but I don't know if that's a serious issue. I think just like eliminating the Grimmsnarl, trading the Grimmsnarl for the Zacian, unironically, is okay for me, right? Because the Zacian would have done its job. It would have knocked out a target. I just don't know. Like, the thing is, they have the option. They can either set up Reflect, they can T-Wave me. There's a lot of options for them. They have more options than I have. My option here is to B-Blade the Grim, knock it out, and then click Thunder on Ogre, hope I get a Para. I'm not getting an Oko, but I might get a Para. I might get lucky. It looks like Brady is a Dynamaxing here. Definitely going to be the ogre. Interesting. Now I really need the para is what that means. Because they're just committing to knocking out this Zacian as soon as possible. Which I understand. I can get behind. It's totally like a very valid option here. Which means they're also probably going for T-Wave. Yeah, there's a T-Wave. Onto my ogre, though. Okay, so Zacian does get to shoot a shot into the Grim here. Interesting. Yeah, Grim's dead. Grim's dead. Didn't set any screens. I think that's a W for us. And if they actually target the ogre, I'm in an even better spot. I do have Scarf, which does mean that I will go a little bit faster than the paralysis allows me to, but they should still be outspeeding me. No, I'm outspeeding still with the Scarf. Okay, so I just showed them the Scarf there is what that means. And then Max Lightning. Okay, I'm definitely dead. I'm definitely not dead, apparently. That's great. Hold on, that's really good. So clearly that's a very defensive ogre with how little damage they took. Could even be an AV ogre there. I'm now locked into Thunder, though. I don't know if I should preserve my ogre. I don't know. I think whatever comes in next, I just have to smack with as many moves as possible. Like that Zacian. Zacian could be going for Protect here. I think my best option for now, since we're assuming that this is not Scarfed Ogre, Assault Vested Ogre, let's just Protect with Zacian for now. And let's just fire off another Thunder into the Ogre spot. All right, here's my Protect. Will they also Protect? Oh, no, just straight Play Rough into my Ogre spot. Fair enough. Okay. So I could have attacked the Zacian there. I decided not to, though. And then a Max Geyser is going to go into my Zacian here. I don't actually know if I'm faster than their Zacian. That's the little bit of... That's the issue that I'm having right now. And I did just Protect, so I have to be a little bit cautious. Yeah, I think I'm going to go into my Marshadow for now. I can hit the Zacian with a Spectral Thief here. And I can try to bank on a Speed Tie. The issue is my Zacian lost so much health here that I think a Behemoth Blade from their Zacian is going to knock me out. So if they're max speed Zacian, I could be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, I'm just going to Spectral Thief their Zacian, take their stat boosts. Oh, actually, if I'm taking their stat boosts, never mind. Oh, wait, that's me. That's me. That's good. All right, good. The shiny one went first. Beautiful. Oh, it's very close damage. I should have Shadow Sneaked. I didn't do it, though. They went for the Play Rough, though. Into my Marshadow. It's going to leave me at 1. If I could take these stat boosts, that'd be really nice. Do they double my Marshadow, or are they going to take the shot onto Zacian? Whatever happens this turn, I have a Pokemon with +1 attack on the field. Which I think is really good for us, right? Thankfully, their Ogre can only hit 1 here. All right, goodbye, Zacian. Who does the Ogre select is the question. Max Geyser. Into Zacian, as it should be. All right, Zacian will be going down here. Now, we have our Dynamax now. The thing is now that we have the Dynamax, we can make more things happen, right? So let's get the Yveltal on the field. We're pretty much, ooh. And that's not what I wanted to see. I don't think I outspeed Eternatus. This is a little complicated now. A little bit complicated. I have to go for a Shadow Sneak onto somebody. I think my best option here is to just like maybe double into this Ogre. Because the thing is, like, now I don't want to Dynamax because Dynamax Cannon. So is it actually beneficial of me to just not Dynamax and click Snarl instead? Or if I am going to Dynamax, maybe I should Dynamax with my little Marshadow. Since it's 1 HP anyway. Yeah, this is problematic. Let me go for the Snarl here. No, screw it. I'm Dynamaxing. I'm going to go for a Physical Darkness onto the Ogre, followed by also a Shadow Sneak onto the Ogre at +1. We're doubling the Ogre here because we just predict the Ogre to be AV. So we want to eliminate it as fast as possible. The next issue is if this Eternatus gets to have 2 Dynamax cannons on my Eviltal, that will be a big issue. But like I said, I don't really have another option here. At least not one that I can feasibly see. All right, Shadow Snake will connect onto the Ogre. Great damage. We should definitely knock out the Ogre. All right, D-Max cannon now. Onto my Yveltal. 3-hit KO though. That's big. That's huge. It's a 3-hit KO. Ogre should be going down here. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, I was worried it was going to be a 2-hit KO. It's not. It's a 3-hit KO, which means I get another attack in here. In fact, I can really milk it. I go for a Shadow Sneak Airstream. Yeah, Shadow Sneak Airstream is my best option. Just keep on Shadow Sneaking. Actually, I win. I could Endeavor and then Airstream. That's really greedy, though. I don't think I have to. Because they have to go for Yveltal here, right? I want to use Endeavor once. I'm going to Airstream. And I'm going to Endeavor. And I'm going to really hope that I don't need this Shadow Sneak damage. Oh, I outspeed. Perfect. I didn't think I was going to outspeed it. Nice. The Endeavor is going to leave it at 1. I need to live here. Dynamax cannon again. If this is a high roll, I could lose my Yveltal. But the Endeavor just saved me. Because all I got to do now is Shadow Sneak. The Marshadow is going to take the game. This is exactly how it has to happen. Oh, this is why we have Endeavor. This is exactly why we have Endeavor. For this very reason. The Endeavor Shadow Sneak is going to take the game. Oh, that is just absolutely wonderful. The Endeavor followed by the Shadow Sneak will defeat the Eternatus. And Marshadow is going to take a dub. That is perfect. That is exactly what it had to be. GG's, Brady. GG's. Ooh, very annoying Trick Room team. Double Steel types with the Zacian and the Magearna, followed by an Amoonguss and an Indeedee. Also, Calyrex Ice and Zacian-Crowned making an appearance today. Okay. The Indeedee is going to make this hard. The Amoonguss is also going to make this hard. I need a way to simultaneously knock out both. And I think my best way of doing that is going to be an Ogre plus a Yveltal, because I have double spread moves in that regard. And I could do like a Water Spout plus a Snarl, which should be super effective into the Cali Ice regardless, right? This is a little spooky though. I'm not gonna lie, it's still very spooky. I also believe Marshadow is going to come to this battle. I don't think I need Tailwind because their whole team is very slow. It's between a Zacian and a Thundurus. Not Thundurus. A Lecky. I think I'm doing Zacian though. I could always potentially do Zacian sub turn 1 if they are going to do Trick Room. But I think going for the double spreads, assuming that their Pokemon are going to be, you know, weak to the dark, is pretty okay. We'll see, though. We will see. Now, if they go with the Amoonguss lead, then I think I'm kind of screwed. I think my option then has to become... Dang it. Wait, that's not Trick Room, though. Am I okay with this? I might be okay with this. Can I not just Airstream and Water Spout and then think about my you know... Think about the outcome later. I think that's what I want to do. Go for the Water Spout right away, Dynamax, Airstream into the Amoonguss. Hopefully it's not Copa Berry and it's just Sash instead. If it's Sash, we got this. We knock out the Amoonguss. If it's Cobra Berry, I don't think I'm gonna do enough damage with my Airstream to knock it out because I am very not specially invested. I'm a very tanky Yveltal. Now we are Dynamaxing first, which is good news. I think Yveltal should naturally outspeed Zekrom. I think they're both around base 90s, but Yveltal is 99 and Zekrom is like 90-ish. Yeah, exactly 90 is Zekrom. Okay, so we should be outspeeding Zekrom. They are Dynamaxing the Zekrom though. Okay. The Zekrom can pretty much knock out one of my two Pokemon, and I really can't do much about it. I just have to deal with it. My goal this turn isn't to do a lot of damage to Zekrom. It's actually to do a lot of damage to Amoonguss. Now, if I'm lucky, the Zekrom goes into my Yveltal spot, because then I can make some things happen there. Because then my Yveltal can actually live that, which is surprising. All right, that was a lot of damage onto Amoonguss, thankfully. Oh, it crits the Amoonguss. Okay, big thank. Airstream now. No Cobra Berry. I should knock out the Amoonguss here. All right, good. So we got a little bit of speed on our Mons. We did also show them that we are scarfed here, because an Ogre should not be outspeeding a Yveltal. Or I guess I could have also shown them that I have a slow Yveltal, but we'll see if they're max lightning. Max lightning. It's gonna be the Yveltal. Yeah, we take that. We eat that up. I don't know if that's a physical hit or a special hit. I am AV, so I mean, if it was special, I can see it doing that much damage. But at the same time, if it's not special, I would understand too. Okay, then. I think the next turn has to be just ignore this Zekrom until the end of the game. I feel like what we have to do, is just keep hitting these side Mons like it's nobody's business. So we Water Spout again. We don't have to Airstream again. I think I'm just going to start firing off some Darknesses. I have physical ones. I have special ones. I don't know which is better in this situation. I think the special one is probably better in this situation. I'll go for it on the... I guess I'll double Magearna. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because like I said, Magearna is the one that I'm mostly afraid of. And I think a Darkness could knock out the Magearna from that health. If you see a Magearna, attack the Magearna. That's the only advice I can give anyone ever facing a Magearna. Don't let it stay on the field. Because if it stays on the field, that's how it gets stat bonuses. And that's how it gets annoying. I will lose a Pokemon here, but I would take it any day trading one of my Pokemon for their Magearna. Unfortunately, I'm losing my Ogre, though. It's fine. Like I said, I think it's a fair trade. I get my Zacian now on the field, which is a pretty big deal, right? I could also even bring Marshadow, but I think I want Zacian for now. I think I'm going to keep it simple because I'm pretty sure they have a Calyrex here in the back. So might as well scare the Calyrex a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now I have the option to Dynamax if I want to go down that route. Not Dynamax, Protect. I have the option to Protect. Can I see their... I'm gonna sub. And then I'm gonna Darkness the Cali here. Just in case they don't Protect, I'll still do a lot of damage to it. Yeah, they don't Protect. They're just Trick Rooming. Let's see how much damage I can do here, though. Oh. Okay. Works for me, Tom. We got a nice crit there. That might have mattered. I don't know. I just don't know. I thought they were gonna Protect, but I guess they just went for the Trick Room. I went for the sub, so I pretty much just lock in my victory here, right? All I got left to deal with is a Zekrom, who will knock out my Yveltal, unfortunately, but you're gonna have to deal with a Marshadow and a Zacian behind a sub, so I don't think that's enough for one Zekrom to deal with. You also get to see if it's physical or special this turn, depending on what its moves are gonna be. All right, let's just go into our Marshadow. We'll make something happen with Marshadow here. Thankfully, since the Zekrom did just go for the Max Lightning 3 turns in a row, all that we really have to do is attack it. They have no stat boost, no nothing. So I think this is pretty free here. I'll go for the Sacred because it's not resisted and they're not Dynamax anymore. Just a Sacred plus a Spectral Thief might be enough to just win the game here. Battle was canceled. Yep, that'll do it. Battle is canceled. We're gonna take a dub with the Marshadow this episode against a very, I want to say, competitive team, right? The only thing that was weird there was the Zekrom. Okay, TJ, you got enough mythicals on your team, my friend? Okay, looks like Groudon and Calyrex Ice is their double restricted, followed by every mythical under the sun. Now, explain to me, what is stopping me from doing, like... I don't need to Tailwind here. Absolutely no need to Tailwind. I could do Ogre lead, but they do have a potential Groudon lead if they want to go down that route, of course. What if I do Ogre plus Zacian? Bring the Marshadow in the back. And then it's between Alecki and Yveltal. I really don't think I need Torn here. Alecki deals with everything except for their Groudon. I think I'm going Yveltal, though. Yveltal, the only thing Yveltal doesn't deal well into on that team is probably the Diancie and also their Calyrex Ice. But even Calyrex Ice doesn't want to take a dark move from an Yveltal, like, right? I get at least one foul play into it before it gets the opportunity to attack me. So I think that's kind of okay. Anyway, TJ, Diancie Magearna in a double pixie thing lead. Also shiny Diancie. Hold on, that looks lit. Is that even legal? I feel like I've never seen that before in my life. Well, I got some bad news for you, my friend. I don't think you picked the right lead into my lead. Just saying. Now, keep in mind, they can bring in Groudon as the switch-in, and I think they will. But even then, I can guarantee a sub or a KO onto one of these two. I think I'm just going to go for the Behemoth Blade onto the Diancie, just so I can guarantee one of the two Pokemon go down here. No hard swap, just Dynamaxes. Whoa, okay. Dynamaxing Magearna, turn 1. Now, hear me out. If I one-shot with my Water Spout here, then that Magearna has to taste the Behemoth Blade. It's not going to enjoy the flavor. It is going to get a plus... Oh. Well, never mind. It's not going to taste anything. In fact, are they just, like, anticipating that Diancie is going to die? Diancie can't explode. Trust me, I checked. It used to be able to use explosion. It doesn't anymore. Fortunately, they are going to get a soul heart boost here. But hear me out. I don't think it's relevant. I think now we just double into the Magearna and we'll be okay. There's just so many mythicals. I don't even know what to do anymore. Yeah, I think we double into Magearna and we'll be okay. They do have the Groudon, though. I'm going to preserve this Ogre. Because I have to. I have to get the weather on my side. I'm going to run into the Yveltal here just to take the P-Blades damage. And I think I am going to... I could B-Blade the Groudon, but I think I want to B-Blade the Magearna. Because the thing is, I can come in with Ogre later, Water Spout the Groudon. I think I want the damage on Magearna, especially since I know the Magearna can't protect this turn since it just max guarded the last turn. So I think just taking this B-Blade opportunity onto the Magearna is pretty okay. But hey, this game isn't over. We still have our Dynamax though, so that's really good. The longer we can hold that, the better. All right, see how much damage we can actually do here to the Magearna. Hilarious. We bring it down to the red. Wow. Oh, it's a Citrus Berry though. Interesting. Citrus Berry Magearna, followed by the P-Blades. It doesn't affect Yveltal, and Zacian is gonna dodge it. Max Lightning, though, into Yveltal. That's a +1 Max Lightning. Thankfully, the AV will save us. Okay. The AV saving us is really nice, not gonna lie. We now have more opportunities here in this battle. Unless that happens. Bye, TJ. Were they that upset that they missed the P-Blades? Listen, you signed up for it. You chose Groudon. Anyway, that was a short one. Let's get you guys another battle. Okay, hard Sun team. Very hard Sun team. Hard to play against, even. Now, they do have a Calyrex Shadow on the Sun team, which is different than the Zacian that we're used to seeing. I kind of welcome that, though. Because as long as I get to have Tailwind up, then I feel like we have a very strong advantage with our side of the field, right? I think I'm going to start off with Torn Alecki. That does kind of leave me open to like a potential Groudon lead, but we'll worry about that later. Do I even need the Torn? Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, everything should already outspeed their side of the field except for like a Venusaur in the sun. It's something I'm considering, just not bringing Torn. I'll bring it for now. I do want to bring Marshadow to this game, and I do think Ogre is the best in the back, which means we're leaving the Yveltal behind, which would be very good for that Calyrex, though. Yeah, screw it. We're not gonna bring Torn here. I don't think we need it. I think honestly we're gonna do just fine with a Regieleki and an Yveltal lead, bringing the Ogre and the Marshadow in the back. Like, our team is so fast already. Do we really need Tailwind? If we really want to work on speed control, we have the E-Web. I hope. Did I put E-Web on this set? I made these teams kind of all on the same day, so I don't remember some of them. No T-Wave on this set, actually. Ooh. I'm a Wild Charge Bounce Assurance set, so I could Dynamax and click Airstream if I wanted to get some speed control on my side, but I think I'll be okay otherwise. Okay, they did lead with this, though. Just a straight-up Groudon and Venusaur right away. I have two things with Bounce, though, or I have two things with flying moves. I could theoretically just hit them with said flying move. Or I have another idea, but it might just sack off my Aleki here, which is a little bit concerning. I don't think it's the end of the world if I do it, though. I feel like a Sleep Powder is gonna probably come my way, so I could just Dynamax, go for the Max Lightning into the Venusaur, and then just take this opportunity to Heart Swap into Ogre, change the weather. I think that's okay. We'll see. I mean, I am going to burn my Dynamax right away, so if this is going to be a Max Quaking Groudon, I could be in a lot of trouble if I lose my Dynamax. But nevertheless, the Ogre should be able to maintain the speed control necessary to deal with this Groudon. And Groudon, assuming my Ogre doesn't get hit this turn, the Groudon should be dead from a Water Spout. Anyway, we will be bringing in our Ogre, our beautiful whale. And let's see how much damage we could actually do here with our Dynamax. Now, we are Dynamaxing first, since we're the fastest thing in the world. Now, the thing is, they could Dynamax their Venusaur theoretically also, assuming that I would swap an Ogre, or assuming that I will Dynamax the Aleki. If they don't, I think we're about to do a lot of damage to Venusaur, even though it's resisted, just because Transistor Boost and etc. Let's see how this plays out. Don't Dynamax. Don't Dynamax. Don't Dynamax. They're Dynamaxing. They're Dynamaxing a Friend Ball. That's going to be the Venusaur, right? That has to be the Venusaur. No one puts a Groudon on a Friend Ball. Yeah, it's the Venusaur. Did I just get red? That is the question. Did I just get utterly red and obliterated? There's no way that they went for a max, what's it called? The grass move, Vine Lash into that Ogre spot right now, right? Please just be like double Quake into Aleki. All right, let's see what happened here. It's a little stressful. They did Quake. It looks like it's a Quake into the Aleki. I do live one, but I will die to the following precipice though. So I did unfortunately waste a Dynamax here. I don't really think I had an option though. And they raised their special defense here, so that's going to make my Ogre KOing a little bit more difficult. They went for the Rock Slide, which is a lot better than a Precipice Blades. At least for me. It does mean that I might have the opportunity here to use my Sash. I'll go into Yveltal for now. Maybe go for the Oblivion Wing onto the Venusaur. And then just a Water Spout in the rain. If the Groudon stays in, I think the Groudon still goes down, maybe. I'm also considering doubling into the Groudon here, just in case there's a swap. What's the rest of their team look like? Interesting. I think I should Oblivion Wing the Venu. Should not think about this turn too much and then just straight Water Spout here. If they swap out the Groudon, then they're whatever's coming in is going to take a full damage Water Spout. Not full damage, but you know, mostly full damage Water Spout here. It's going to be Instant. Okay, Instant's going to just die. And I should be outspeeding this Venusaur too because it's not in the sun. So at least we eliminate the Instant from the game at the very least. Ooh, but I don't think we can knock out the Venusaur from that health. This Venusaur is actually very tanky. Especially after the special defense boost that it did receive. Oblivion Wing now into the Venusaur spot will not knock it out. Jeez. Yeah, I lost Ogre. This is going from bad to worse. The longer this game goes, the worse it's getting for me. Because now they can get the sun back in. And with that sun, they can just hurt me even further. How do we... Can Marshadow come back from this is the question. And if so, how? If so, how? Back comes Groudon again. Does one more... Well, here's the thing. Now the Venusaur outspeeds everything. That's the unfortunate thing. I was gonna ask, does one more Oblivion Wing knock out from that range? I could attempt a Sucker Punch knockout there, but I think I was intimidated, right? I was intimidated, yeah. So the Sucker Punch won't knock out. I have to go for the Oblivion Wing again. And I think I'm just going to Spectral Thief the Groudon. And then next turn, I could always go for the Sucker Punch onto the Venusaur. Or the, not Sucker Punch. Oh, I guess I could go for the Sucker Punch, but... I could also go for the Shadow Sneak there. They went for the Quake onto my poor little Marshadow. It's not going to do a lot of damage. But it is going to be annoying. Thankfully, this special defense raise doesn't actually matter for the Marshadow, right? Wait, do I get the special defense now? Yeah, right? Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for this Spectral Thief. That's a lot of damage. That's half health. I crit, though. Okay. I guess we'll take what we can get. Oblivion Wing. Doesn't crit there, but that's definitely enough to where I think a Sucker Punch will knock out. At least now we're going to have full damage for this incoming Rock Slide. Yeah, it is going to be an incoming Rock Slide. Marshadow resists this. Hold on. We didn't lose yet. We did not lose yet. I think I do have to Shadow Sneak the Venusaur, though. Because I don't think a Sucker Punch is enough. Sucker Punch is enough. I could Sucker Punch here. I was thinking about Foul Playing the Groudon. I think Foul Play would do a lot more damage to the Groudon. Oh, why am I... Drift? Okay. Yeah, we just go for the Shadow Sneak here. That should knock out. Relatively easily. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Shadow Sneak. Bop. Goodbye, Venu. Goodbye, Venu. Nice. Now, we need to knock out this Groudon from half HP with the Foul Play here. Can we do it? No, we don't. They do just go for Rock Slide again. I'm still not out of this, though. It depends on what their last is. Unfortunately, I will lose my Marshadow thanks to the grass, though. Ugh. I should be able... See, I should be able to rid myself of this Groudon, but I have no idea what their last is. And if their last is something that doesn't miss, or that does damage to Yveltal, I could be kind of screwed. I could rely on the Groudon trying to go for like a Rock Slide miss here. That's a Calyrex. I could Sucker Punch that too, but... Yeah. Unfortunate. I don't think I win. Okay, there is one win condition here, and the one win condition is if I Sucker Punch this Cali and they miss a Rock Slide. But they don't have any reason to go for a Rock Slide here. And they're probably sashed on this, so... Wish me luck. They have to not be sashed, and they have to miss a Rock Slide for me to have any chance of winning here. Sucker Punch. Not sashed. Oh, but I'm still going to die to grass anyway, right? Regardless, they're going to connect here. They have Fire Punch. Yeah, GG. I think regardless, I was going to lose to just Divine Lash damage from that turn. But wow, okay. I got that whole like turn one prediction wrong. I really thought they were just going to sit there and try to Sleep Powder me. I guess they weren't. I guess they didn't care. I could have Airstreamed that Venusaur. I could have done a lot more that first turn, but hey, GG's. And here you have the rental code for the Marshadow team. And honestly, Marshadow did great in today's battles. Of course, some battles were a lot more competitive than others, but I think overall Marshadow really did shine in today's video. We got to use pretty much every Pokemon on this team as well. This team is disgustingly hyper offensive, right? It's as hyper offensive as you can possibly get, while still having the added bulk of the Yveltal to help out a little bit and maybe slow down the pace of the game a little bit. But overall, like, if you're going against Trick Room, I think your best option is probably to lead with like a Snarl plus Ogre lead with a Water Spout. You do also have the option of, you know, just going for Regieleki, Dynamaxing, going for the max assurance, and then smacking them with the Water Spout after that as well. You have a lot of options. Or if you don't even want to do that, we have Taunt on Torn, we have Zacian with the sub. So at first glance, it looks like this team doesn't have a great answer to Trick Room. And don't get me wrong, if it's a hard Trick Room team like a Calyrex Ice, you're going to struggle a little bit against it. But there are answers for those like secondary, can go fast, can go slow kind of teams. But overall, I think Marshadow did great. We got to use Endeavor. We got to use the Shadow Sneak Endeavor combination. Focus Sash is a must-have on Marshadow. I would honestly not even consider putting any other item except for Focus Sash on Marshadow. At least in the state of the game, right? But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, grab that Rounds of Code while it's out. I have no idea how long I can keep it out for. I will try my best to keep it out for as long as possible. And like the video down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. We're getting closer and closer to Scarlet and Violet, so the most people we can get in here before the party starts, the better the party will be. Anyway, I'm Kevin Pokesports. Have a great night. Peace out. Bye-bye.